Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the English Learning Podcast. I'm your host, Jason.
And I'm Julia, your co-host. We're so excited to be with you today.
Absolutely. Today's episode is going to be super helpful because we're talking about something every English learner wants: fluency.
Yes, fluency. That smooth, natural way of speaking English without stopping every second to think.
Exactly. And Julia, I know this is something our listeners really care about. They often ask, how can I speak English more fluently? Or, why do I understand English but I can't speak it confidently?
That's a common problem. Many learners understand English grammar or vocabulary, but when it's time to speak, they freeze or feel nervous.
Right. So today, we're going to break it down into 5 clear steps that can help you speak more confidently, more naturally, and more fluently.
Before we jump into the steps, let's quickly talk about why fluency matters. Why is it so important?
Good question. Fluency gives you freedom. It helps you speak your thoughts clearly, whether you're in a classroom, at a job interview, or just talking to friends online.
And when you're fluent, people understand you better. You feel more confident, and you enjoy using English instead of feeling scared or shy.
Exactly. It's not about being perfect. It's about being comfortable, natural, and able to express yourself.
So true. And the good news is fluency is not a talent. It's a skill you can build with the right habits and practice.
So if you're ready to boost your fluency and speak English with more confidence, stay with us. Let's dive into step 1. All right, step 1 to improve your English fluency is simple but powerful. Practice speaking daily, with purpose.
Yes, and we want to really highlight that last part. With purpose. It's not just about saying a few English words and calling it a day.
Exactly. You have to be intentional. It's like going to the gym. You don't just walk around the gym and expect to get stronger. You have to train specific muscles. And speaking English is the same.
Love that example. So, Jason, what does speaking with purpose actually look like for a learner?
Good question. It means setting a small speaking goal every day. For example, today I'll describe my morning routine in English. Or I'll talk for 2 minutes about what I did yesterday.
Yes, even if you're alone, you can still speak. Stand in front of a mirror, pretend you're talking to a friend, or record yourself on your phone.
Actually, that's one of my favorite tips. Record yourself speaking. It feels weird at first, I know, but it helps you hear your pronunciation, your speed, and your grammar. You become more aware.
And the best part is, you can track your progress. If you record yourself once a week, you'll notice your improvement. It's really motivating.
Also, speaking out loud helps build muscle memory. Your mouth, your tongue, your brain, they all need to get used to making English sounds smoothly.
Right. It's not just mental, it's physical too. You're training your speaking muscles like an athlete trains for a sport.
Let's give an example. Let's say I want to practice speaking today. I'll choose a topic, like what I ate for lunch. Then I might say out loud, "Today, I had grilled chicken with rice and a salad. It was delicious. I also drank a glass of orange juice."
Perfect. Simple, clear, and real. And the more you do this, the easier it gets. Start with 1 minute a day, then move to 3, then 5.
And remember, don't worry about making mistakes. That's how you learn. The goal is fluency, not perfection.
Exactly. If you get stuck, just keep going. You can even say, "I don't know the word in English, but it's like," and try to explain it.
That's real communication. Native speakers do that too sometimes. It's okay to not know everything.
And if you have a language partner, great. Practice with them daily, even for a few minutes. If not, talk to yourself seriously. Talking to yourself in English is powerful.
Absolutely. I always say, if you can think it, you can speak it. But you have to practice out loud, every day, even just a little.
So, step 1 is, make speaking English a daily habit and speak with intention. Choose a topic, set a timer, talk to yourself, record it, review it.
Even 5 minutes a day will build fluency over time. It's like watering a plant. Small drops every day equals big growth later.
Love that. Are you ready for step 2?
I am. Let's talk about a powerful mindset change. Thinking in English, not just translating. Welcome back. So, step 2 to improving your English fluency is something that takes a little practice but makes a big difference. Think in English, not just translate.
Yes, this is so important. Many learners try to translate from their native language every time they speak English, but that slows you down and makes fluency much harder.
Exactly. It's like trying to run a race while stopping every few steps to look at a map. You lose speed and confidence.
That's a great way to put it. And translation can also lead to strange or incorrect sentences because every language has its own way of expressing things.
Right? For example, in English we say, "It's raining cats and dogs" to mean heavy rain. If you try to translate that word for word into another language, it might sound completely confusing.
So instead of translating, the goal is to train your brain to think in English, to go directly from your thoughts to English words.
Let's talk about how to do that. It starts with simple daily thinking. For example, when you wake up in the morning, try to describe your actions in English in your mind.
Like this. I'm getting out of bed. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm making coffee.
Yes, keep it simple. No one else is listening, so don't worry. Just get your brain used to forming English thoughts.
You can also label things around your house in English, like door, window, mirror, notebook. That way you start seeing the world in English.
I love that tip. And another way is to ask yourself questions in English. Like, what do I want to eat today? What's the weather like? What time is my meeting?
Then try to answer in English, even if the sentences are short. The goal is to reduce the habit of translating in your head.
Here's a helpful trick I've used with students. Set a no translation time. Maybe just 10 minutes a day, where you only allow yourself to think in English.
Oh, I like that. You can even turn it into a fun challenge, like from 6 a.m. to 6:10 a.m., no native language, only English thoughts.
Exactly. It builds focus. And over time, your brain will get faster. You'll be surprised how much you can actually think in English without help.
And don't worry if you don't know how to say something, just use simple words. Don't wait for the perfect sentence. For example, instead of "I need to fix the broken faucet," just say, "Water not working. I want to fix it."
That's still communication. It's better to say something simple than to freeze while thinking of perfect grammar.
Right. Fluency is about flow, not perfection. Kids learn to speak their first language without worrying about grammar. You can do the same in English.
So let's summarize this step. To become fluent, start thinking in English in your daily life. Don't translate word by word. Use simple English sentences in your mind. Practice every day, even just for 5 or 10 minutes.
And remember, your brain is smart. The more you train it to think in English, the faster and more natural it becomes.
Exactly. All right. Ready to move on to step 3?
Yes. Step 3 is one of my favorites, learning phrases instead of just single words. Let's talk about that next.
All right, welcome back. We're now on step 3, and this one is a total game changer. Learn phrases, not just words.
Yes, if you've been trying to memorize long vocabulary lists one word at a time, don't worry, you're not alone. But here's the truth. Learning phrases is much more effective for fluency.
Absolutely. When you only learn words like go, store, milk, you still don't know how to say a sentence. But if you learn a full phrase like, I'm going to the store to buy some milk, you can actually speak with confidence.
Right. Phrases give you real tools you can use in daily life. They help you build sentences faster, and they sound more natural, too.
Let's give a few examples of useful phrases learners can start with. Like, can I help you with that? I'm not sure. Let me check. What do you think about it? That sounds great.
These are phrases native speakers use all the time, and when you learn them as whole units, you don't have to stop and think about grammar.
Exactly. It's like playing music. You don't learn a song note by note. You learn full melodies. Same with language. Learn full chunks of conversation.
I love that example. And here's another tip. Notice the phrases people use in TV shows, movies, and podcasts. Write them down and repeat them.
Yes. Let's say you're watching a show and a character says, I'll get back to you later. Write it down. Practice it. That phrase could help you at work, in school, or in a conversation online.
Exactly. It's so much easier to remember I'll get back to you later as one phrase than trying to think of each word separately.
And learners often ask us, how can I sound more like a native speaker? The answer is, use common phrases.
And don't just memorize them. Practice using them in your own speaking.